gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited to be here once again. Super excited to be here once again. Um, First of all, I would like to apologize for. I would like to apologize for the 2 weeks running that we have not been able to host our Billions Corner Weekly, and it wasn't really intended. It was because of circumstances that came forth. We're trying so hard to make sure that we are firing in all cylinders. We didn't want to bring to you something that is not well thought through, something that is not stuffy. We want to bring to you something that is surface level. So that was why we didn't want to rush ourselves, considering that we had a lot of things on our table for the past 2 weeks. So I would like to actually do some touch point with what we've been up to lately. So first of all, we've been on the strategy table for the tail end of the year. So we've been devising a lot of strategy that can help you, our real estate consultants, our realtors, our win associates sell better within this festive season. So we're not just off your screen, whiling away our time. We actually off your screen, crafting and devising great strategies that can help you sell amazingly well. So in no time, by tomorrow, we are going to um, begin shelling out those packages that we've been building in house. So you should be excited. You should be very excited for what we have been up to. Secondly, sorry about my cough. The dry weather is actually affecting me, so you're going to make do with that within the course of this webinar, or this podcast, or this video session tonight. Secondly, we have also been um, rounding off with finishing touches with some of our properties here in Port Harcourt to put them in shape so that your clients, when they come to see them, they will love what they see, and of course, go ahead and make those payments. Remember, it is a win-win for everyone when you sell great products and when you sell great products sold by great companies. And one of such companies is of course the Win Realty Limited, which is one of the um, choice real estate companies based here in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So having said that, I think I've been able to put you up to speed. Then every other thing is my personal life stuff, so I don't think it is important I put it out here tonight. So why we're actually doing our roundtable sessions on the Tuesday for this week is because of I didn't want to I didn't want to talk about it, but I think I just have to. It's because of upcoming burial of my mother-in-law, which is happening on Friday this week. So we couldn't um, you know get it to be done on Thursday because of the cluster of activities that is building up towards the burial. So we couldn't do it on Thursdays. That's why we have to push it forward to today. So please bear with us, and we are sincerely sorry for any inconvenience this roundtable session tonight, this Billions Corner Weekly tonight is going to cause you. So let me get some water. All right, so we're good to go. So tonight we are talking about finding your marketing sweet spot. Finding your marketing sweet spot. All year round, I've dwelt so much on strategies on how you can sell better and how you can prime yourself, how you can brand yourself, how you can position yourself, how you can sound more persuasive, how you can become irresistible to your clients. But today I'm going to go a little bit niche, I'm going to go a little bit inwards to talk about something that's going to personally, make sense to you, and that is you being able to find your marketing sweet spot. And I'm going to specifically focus on physical marketing. I've spoken a lot all year on about digital marketing, about doing the online, marketing activities. It's not stopping. In fact, you should keep up with it. If you've been on your online marketing effort, you should keep up with it. But if for any reason you have not been, up to up and doing with your online marketing activities, then you need to do the needful. You need to go back and re-embrace, the online marketing world, because the opportunities therein is enormous. It's something you cannot even harvest in a year. So it's important that you begin to prime yourself, for the new year by deciding at this moment that you want to take up online marketing, you want to take up online um, brand building, you want to take up your personal branding very much seriously, right? So it's important you take up your content marketing. Remember, I told you that the perfect way to build a personal brand is through content marketing. And what is content marketing? Content marketing simply means you ideate a content, you produce the content, and you don't just leave it at the place of production. Then you actually distribute it across your channels. That is how you begin your personal branding journey. It's through content marketing. And these are the three different stages in content marketing. You ideate, you produce, and you distribute. Many people unfortunately stop at the place of just ideating and producing. Like I always joke around that many people I know have a lot of videos and images on their phones that they wish they can post, but because they don't understand, or they're having imposter syndrome, or they think that the content they have on the gallery ain't good enough for them to distribute, so they are stuck with themselves. And by extension, they are slowing down their personal branding journey. They are slowing down their personal branding journey. They are slowing down their personal influence journey. And by extension also, they are actually limiting their sales, numbers. They're actually bewitching themselves by themselves. So you need to understand that you can only achieve all these things if you become dogged about your online presence activities, if you become hell bent on being, rugged about showing up online. It's important. But having said that, I'm going to dwell a little bit more on physical marketing tonight, how to find your marketing sweet spot. It's important that you should know that every person is peculiar. Every marketer is peculiar. No two marketers are the same. And it's very paramount that you also understand that there is no need for you to want to copy someone verbatim. There's no need for that, because you cannot sound like the next person no matter how much you try. You can only copy and make it yours. That is the only time you can begin to have, the mindset of finding your own marketing sweet touch, your own personal touch to your own marketing activities. You know, honestly speaking, you need to understand that. So I jotted some things down. I mean, when I was doing my research for the past few days, I've been jotting a lot of things down. So where I want to start with tonight is the concept of aggressive marketing. I want to start from the concept of aggressive marketing, right? So, so many people, I mean, many of the marketers I know, Even me, when I started, I always say I'm an aggressive marketer. And how do we define aggressive marketing? You are on somebody's case, you're on a prospect's case, you are on his case. In fact, you have been so consumed by that prospect that you're not even hearing what the prospect is saying. So that's aggressiveness. And aggressiveness, as a word, is not entirely a very great word if you want to look at it, holistically. If you want to intrinsically look at it, it's not a very wonderful word. But because the word has been, you know, the word has been marketized, the word has been made a marketing word. So many of us in the marketing field seems to be very comfortable with that word, without knowing the damage it's causing to our business, right? So many of us are not actually doing aggressive marketing. Why majority of us are actually doing aggressive marketing? So what many of us who are not doing aggressive marketing are doing is called proactive marketing or assertive marketing. Proactive or assertive marketing. So I will strike a balance. I'll differentiate. Let's take for example, you you saw a babe and you want to approach the babe, you want to check the babe, right? Forgive me, I'm going to use this example. Aggressive chiking simply means you are talking to this girl, you are chiking her, and you're not even willing to hear if the girl likes you. The only thing you care about is that you like this girl. You don't care whether the girl like. That's aggressiveness, and at the end of the day, it causes more harm than good. I hope that makes sense. Then proactive chiking it simply means that it is a win-win, right? So you're talking to this babe, and the babe is giving you, weak food. So all you need to do is just, move on, because you have had this, the message was clear that this babe doesn't like you, doesn't vibe with you. So all you need to do is that you don't need to totally leave the scene. You now begin to do subtle marketing, right? Top of the mind marketing. So you are just looking around. This time around, you're not just going up front, but you're just looking around, looking for an opportunity to latch on. So that is how a proactive marketer does. But unfortunately, many of us don't understand the difference, and that is why we've consistently approached marketing the wrong way. So next time, be very, very conscious to know if what you are actually doing or what you're actually acting on that prospect is aggressiveness or proactiveness. So if there's anything you're going to go home tonight from this particular session tonight, is you need to understand the difference between aggressive marketing and proactive marketing, right? So you need to understand that aggressive marketing is entirely not great for marketing. If you want to actually craft that sweet smelling and sweet tasting, marketing spot for yourself, being aggressive will not help you on the long run, right? You need to be very much proactive. Proactive simply means you're talking and you're listening. You're researching before you even start talking. That is how a proactive marketer does. Hope that makes sense. So many of us have actually lost out on great deals because we are very much aggressive. We don't listen to our prospects. We have a very poor habit of not listening to our prospects. We've not mastered the art of asking open-ended questions that can get these prospects talking, that can even make us listen. So that's why many of us are still very much on the aggressive side of marketing. And that is why our numbers are the way they are. You need to understand that you mustn't necessarily be aggressive. All you need to do is to be proactive. Now, what is an example of a proactive marketing? Very simple. An example of a proactive marketing is you take your flyers, right? You meet a prospect, and you're talking to the prospect, and mind you, there is a skill to physical marketing. There's a skill to physical marketing, and there are different kinds of physical marketing. There is the bump in kind of marketing that you're walking on the road, you meet someone that you didn't have plans of meeting. That's bumping. It's impromptu. There is a skill set to it. There is an event kind of physical marketing. You go to an event and your intention is to connect, is to network. There is a skill set to it. There's a skill set to social gathering kind of marketing. So you need to, that's what I always tell real estate consultants like yourself, that if you're a real estate consultant and you're not bent on studying, you're not bent on trainings, you're not heavy on research, then you will surely be playing the small game. You will surely be playing, the back bench. In the industry, you will barely be scrambling for the 20% of the spoils that is meant for the 80% mediocre, right? You will just be scrambling for the 20% spoils for the 80% mediocre in the industry. You need to learn how to, in fact, the idea of crafting a marketing sweet spot for yourself is to differentiate yourself first, is to sanctify yourself, is to remove yourself from the 80% mediocre into the 20% elite and great marketers. Marketers that when they speak, people listen. Marketers that when they write, people read. Marketers that when they give offers, people buy into it. People wants to learn more about the offers. This is 20% elite, and we all know these people around us. Both on our phones, on social media, we know these elite marketers, especially in our field, real estate industry. We know them because those people have been able to to craft their own marketing, uniqueness. So there's a way this particular, I don't want to mention them. There's a way this particular marketer, real estate, consultant does his or her marketing that is specifically different and uniquely different from this person. These two people are killing it in the industry, but they have their different, unique approaches. They have their different, unique approaches. And that is where the kill happens. Yeah, you don't want to speak, you don't want to talk, and it begins to look like you're trying to copy someone. You know, you don't want to speak, especially when you're in a polarized industry like real estate. People, that we know the best people in the industry, especially for those of us who are research minded. We know the great salespeople in our industry. So you don't want to come out looking like you're trying to sound like the next person that is already doing great stuff in the in. No, you want to come out sounding uniquely different with your own message, with your own voice, with your own, with your own style. You need to understand that. You need to understand that. You need to understand that. And how are you able to do that? Is through research. It's through learning. It's through mentorship. It's through community. That's how you get to learn what is working and learn how you can personalize it and innovate on those things and make it work for you. That's how you get to have your unique voice. That's how you get to know your unique voice. So I will do some little touch points here tonight to help us, because many of us do so many things differently, right? Many of us do so many things also wrongly and rightly, And like I said, tonight I'm going to focus more on physical marketing. Many of us um, do physical marketing like robots. So we step out of our homes or our offices to go meet people in the street, at their workplaces, and when we get there, we begin to sound like pre-programmed robots. Like, even some robots are even more lively than many of us when we go out there to do our physical marketing. We sound like people that have gone to do some cramming. There is already a template running at the back of our mind, that when we meet someone, the first thing that comes to mind is, "Good morning, sir. My name is this." You don't even want to know whether this person, what his name is. You don't even want to know whether this person is okay. You cannot even ask the person, "How are you, sir?" You just say, "Good morning, sir. My name is this." You are now talking like somebody that have lost alignment. You know, that is a very wrong approach to physical marketing. That is not the right way to gain your unique marketing. See, the idea is this: if we are able to pay attention to trainings and apply those trainings specifically, after some time, from your consistency, you will now begin to notice a pattern that works for you. See, you now begin to notice a pattern that works for you. You now begin to know that, see, I can vibe more with ladies. I can vibe more with men. I can vibe more with older people. I can vibe more with younger people. You know, I function better during evenings. I function better during, so, but you cannot just get to have that, um 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 style or pattern if you don't apply what you have learned consistently over time. That is, the idea is applying what you're learning consistently over time, so you can begin to notice, because those patterns are hidden in the details. They are just very subtle. They are not very clear. They begin to get clearer the more you apply yourself, the more you apply what you're learning. That your unique style begins to suffice. It begins to come up. But if you don't do enough of, if you don't apply yourself much, if you don't do much of what you're learning, there's every probability that you might not necessarily get to find out what your unique voice, your unique style is in the long run. So you find yourself running in circle year in, year out, running in circle year in, year, because you have not been able to decipher what your unique voice, your unique style is. So you just keep trying here, there, here, there. There's no, you know, there's no there's no certainty to your result. There's no certainty to what you can achieve. You cannot necessarily come up and say, okay, at this point, I think I've mastered the art of doing 20 million monthly. I now need to shoot 50 million monthly. You're still trying out your hands because you are not rigorous enough. You're not, I'm trying to find the right word to use. You're not rigorous enough. You're not rigorous enough. See, finding your unique marketing sweet spot doesn't just happen because you came for this training tonight. What this training is helping you to understand is that it is possible that you can get your sweet spot. You can get your unique voice. You can get your unique style. That this training tonight is to give you that consciousness that it is possible that you can get that unique style. That is what it's trying to let you know. But for you to be able to dig that style out from the whole noise, you need to apply yourself like you've never done all year. See, for the remaining weeks of this year, you need to approach marketing like you have not done it for all the past months of the year. And let me also remind you, let me digress a little bit. This is the season for real estate sales. Let me resound it again. We have entered dry season in River State. For those of us who sell, properties in River State, we have entered the season of real estate sales in River State. So if you've been doing SME from January up until October and November, if you have been approaching your marketing activities with a lackadaisical attitude and weak foot and this, you have to immediately break that jinx of stupidity and pick yourself up. You need to pick yourself up and do the work you need to do, because from now till March of next year is our window period. It's the dry season. It's the time that a client, you can go for inspection 3 times a day without being scared that rain is going to fall on you, without being scared that the weather is going to mess you up. The only messing up you're going to get this period is dust and sun. But by all means, please don't say because you don't want your color to change, you will not go and do marketing. I don't know how to help you. Honestly, if you are looking at your color and that's why you don't want to expose yourself to sun, and that's why you are avoiding inspections, that's why you are not even booking your own clients for inspection, then you are your own village people. You are just out to destroy yourself. Hope that makes sense. So let me go back to what I was teaching. Finding your marketing sweet spot simply means finding your unique style. Finding your unique style. You cannot find your unique style by only reading and coming to trainings. Very important. Trainings like this helps to build the consciousness and remind you. But you can only find your unique style by applying what you are being taught on a daily. On a daily. So I taught you guys the difference between aggressive marketing and proactive marketing. Proactive marketing or persuasive marketing. They are two different things. What I would like you guys to drop tonight is to drop the mantra of aggressive marketing. Aggressive marketing has a lot of wrong definitions around it. Aggressive marketing doesn't allow you to hear. Aggressive marketing doesn't allow you to put what you have learned into work. Aggressive marketing makes you very spontaneous. It makes you very, very desperate. Yes, because of the kind of definition it comes with. But when you now go and say you want to, imbibe the proactive marketing style, it means that you will now begin to hear better, think better, and do better. That's what it means. Like I use an example. Most of us who were here earlier when the training today started, I painted a picture with a guy who is trying to woo a babe, you know, aggressively and proactively. I actually started an example and that was clear enough. After this training tonight, go back to the video and watch, the starting of this session. I actually did a thorough explanation of what aggressiveness and proactiveness is to marketing with the concept of a guy trying to woo a babe. So I actually did that earlier on in this training. So it's to help you understand that that is the first thing you need to conquer if you must find a unique voice. So like I told you guys, I'm trying to correct some stereotypes that have been working with many of us with our physical marketing. Many of us behave like robots when we meet people. We only see we only see the people's pocket. We don't see their faces. We don't decipher their mood. We don't look at their body language. So first thing you must look onto when you meet a prospect on the road anywhere is to look at their face, study their body language, you understand, and look at their mood. That is what's going to help, that form the direction of the conversation you are going to have with your prospect. See, there's no difference between all the buy now calls you've been doing since January up until now. There's no difference between that activity and when you meet a prospect. The first thing you want to shove down the throat of the prospect is your flyer. There's no difference between you telling a prospect buy now and trying to push your flyer on the face of a prospect. There's no difference with it. And the resulting circumstance or outcome is that you will not close most of those sales. In fact, 97%, 95% of those sales will not happen because you came there like a robot. You came there like somebody who didn't have conscience. You came there like somebody who has been charged by battery and you were just out in the world to cause harm. See, I was telling Prince on Monday, I rather you talk to 10 people and you vibed with those 10 people in a day. In as much as sales is a numbers game, I always encourage you guys to make sure you meet as many people as you can in a day. But you need to first of all master the art of learning how to engage people meaningfully first, psychologically and emotionally, because that's how you leave lasting impressions at the back of their heart. That is how you leave lasting impressions at the back of their heart. If you go meet somebody and all you're saying is, we have 4 properties in Port Harcourt, we have at Ishopo, we have at Ipo, the person cannot just wait for you to go so that he can die your fly. He will just tear it into three and toss it by the roadside. So let me catch some water, please. So I want you to just keep meditating what I'm saying. For those of us, in fact, for all of us, every marketer has to love the art of physical marketing. You have to fall in love with it. Because it is easier to close people that you have met physically and establish some form of connection with offline physically than people online. honestly honestly, I don't want to go into data and statistics. It is easier for you to meet people, connect with them psychologically and emotionally, and it's easier to close those people than when you get leads online, and you can't compare both. But I'm not saying you should leave one for other. I wanted to use the word aggressive. Be very much proactive on both strategies. See, be heavily invested. Let me use that word. Be heavily invested in both. As much as you are doing offline, be as much as invested on online. Don't leave one for one. Honestly. And the good thing is that you can do it. Honestly. You can. My pastor, Apostle Femi Lazarus, has written almost 10 books this year. None of us on this live is busier than him. Almost all of us watch his videos every day online. So it means he's busier than you and I, but he has written 10 books, voluminous books. So you don't have any excuse. I always tell people you don't have any excuse. And it's a fact, you don't have any excuse. Don't even look at me, you don't have any excuse. No one. So when you meet people physically, please and please and please and please and please and please, don't go there with a template running at the back of your mind like you are spawning out something that had been programmed in your brain. No, please, don't. Don't ever try that. When you meet people, connect with people like humans. You understand? Compliment them. Get to know who they are. Get to know where they are emotionally and psychologically. Get to know how their work is treating them. Get to know why they are there at that point in time. It could be on the road. Why is the person standing there? Why is he under the sun? Get to know. Don't just meet people and the next thing you're saying is that you are from Win Realty. Win Waiting. Win Waiting. You are somebody before Win Realty. Connect with these people. Connect with these people. See, are you people not excited about meeting people? There is enormous potential in building a relationship with one person. There is so much you will gain more from building a relationship with that person than that person buying just a plot from you and ghosting you for life. I want this sentence to make I want this concept to make sense to you. I was watching a video today and they say that until you conceive something, that thing will not necessarily be able to make sense to you. It will not become alive to you. But you must first of all conceive it and it will have to make sense to you first. It has to become true and real to you first before it can become alive in you. It's a fact. For example, ladies, they are all normal until they conceive the baby. When they conceive a baby, their bodies are changed. It means that they are not carrying something. They're not carrying another living thing inside them. They are trying to give expression to life. So when I say that it is far more better that you build a relationship with one person than getting 2 or 3 people to buy from you once and go and never have to come back to you again. I know what I'm saying. And I want it to make sense to you tonight. Please, I want it to make sense to you tonight. I want it to make sense to you tonight. I want it to make sense to you tonight. Honestly, I want it to make sense to you tonight. So please, when you meet people on physical marketing, no matter where you see these people, keep your flyer first. Keep it. I don't know why you guys are always under pressure to show your flyers. For God's goodness sake, why are you under pressure? You are meeting your fellow human being that has 2 legs and 2 hands. You get to know this person. See, today, go and do research. How can I spark conversations with people and not look timid, not look worried, not look stressed, not look like I'm under pressure? Go and do that research and begin to role play it. Begin to role play with your mirror, begin to role play with the door, begin to role play with anything around you. Begin to get comfortable with learning how to have meaningful conversations with people that will tickle their fancy about you. And when it tickles their fancy, it leaves a lasting impression at the back of their mind about you. And that is what makes the difference. The idea is that after you must have finished meeting someone, after you must have met someone, the idea is to make sure that the person will continuously pick your call. The person will always be looking forward to meeting you again. That is the idea behind physical marketing. That is the idea behind meeting people and speaking to them. It's not about them keeping your flyer well, no. Because they will not keep it if they don't connect with you. Write that down. People will not keep your flyers if they don't connect with you. You and I are victims. Many people, how many flyers have you torn? How many flyers have you thrown away after if somebody gave it to you? How many? It's uncountable, right? So, because you didn't connect with these people. You never connected with them. They were all robots, tossing around the surface of the earth until they dump it into you and they spoke their rubbish to you and they left. That's why you didn't connect with them. That's why we are quick to tear their papers. We are quick to throw away the flyers. So people need to connect with you before they can value what you are giving them. They need to connect with you before they can value what you're telling them. They need to connect with you. See, the connection part is the far most important. Is the far most important. So you must learn how to compliment people. You must learn how to be genuinely interested in people's mood and feelings and work and family and the rest. It will baffle you to know that people have enough time for you if you are speaking the right stuff, if you are hitting the right chords. You will be baffled to know that that person that necessarily would have been will be hasty, sorry, with you. All of a sudden, we now have a lot of time because we have been able to poke. You've been able to strike a chord that makes sense to them. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. So it's very important. That is the first point of contact, first point of impression when you are doing physical marketing. And like I always tell you guys, the idea is for you to try it out in as many people as possible, so you can begin to notice a pattern that works for you. Because if you do it with just 5 people, you might not necessarily be able to see through the veil. You might not necessarily be able to see through it. But if you're able to do that with 100 people within a short period of time, for example, let's say you meet 100 people in a week, and you were able to exercise what I'm teaching you tonight, you're able to go first with the ideologies of trying to connect first, and you've tried with 100 people, all of a sudden you begin to see a pattern that is unique to you. A pattern that is unique to you. You don't necessarily need to copy anybody at that point. It's a pattern that is unique to you. Hope that makes sense. So even if you don't learn anything tonight, you need to understand this concept about physical marketing. But first of all, I would like to debunk some demons at the back of your mind. People will not eat you, people will not kill you, people will not slap you, people will not beat you. They will not. People are just at best people. No matter who you think they are, people are at best people. They are not any other thing. No matter how big and macho or small they are just at best people. They only have this small heart here pumping, and that's it. And their mind. That's all. So when you meet people confidently for meeting people and strike that connection with them and do your stuff. So some little etiquettes I pointed out here. Don't extend to shake them first. No, let them be the people to shake you. Please, when you meet people for the first time, don't extend your hand. Connect with words first. Connect with body languages first. Don't be too close. Don't mark people. Give people some little space to breathe. Yeah, because if you're too close, you become a threat. These are psychological touch points you need to understand. Be mindful of people's properties also when you're around them. So for people that always attend events and they're always dropping flyers on tables, please, please and please, flyer etiquette, please and please, please and please. Don't just go to any table that is unattended. Any table you see that there is properties on the table and there are not people seated there, don't drop any flyer. In case if anything is just get missing, they will point you and they will take you to, you go and sleep inside cell for the weekend. So please avoid those kind of positions. Another thing you need to understand about flyers is that when it comes to flyers is volume um, compliant. It means that you don't go and share 100 flyers and say you have done. No, 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 no. You don't do that. I always advise when I train. I always say, see, beyond the flyers that the company is giving you, flyers are very cheap to print. Go and print 1,000. For example, we are launching our Christmas promo tomorrow. As that flyer comes out, ask our media guys to send you the design. Change the put your phone number, put your image there, and print 1,000, 2,000 flyer and scatter it around town. Make sure your phone number is boldly written. That is flyer etiquette I'm talking about here. Yeah. and share it around town. Another flyer ticket I want to teach you guys here is that don't go and raise the windshield wiper of cars and put your flyer in cars, please. A windshield wiper might be weak and wobbly, and immediately you touch it, will break away, and they will catch you. You will pay for it. Instead, fold the flyer in a U shape, fold it on a U shape, and put it by, the driver's door, just by the handle there. Just fold it and put it there and leave it. If you must do flyer sharing, if you must do flyer, um, how would I put it? Storm. Please, that's the flyer ticket I'm teaching you guys now. Please don't forget that. It's very, very important. And also understand that flyers are volume compliant. 100 flyers is not enough. 500 flyers is even, at least if we go with 100 flyers for one client to buy, then you should be, for you to get 10 clients, you need to have like 1,000 flyers. And that is also very important. You have that at the back of your mind. You need to have that at the back of your mind. So tonight, I've been able to establish what finding your unique marketing sweet spot means. I've been able to tell you that the only way you can be able to find your unique style and your unique voice and your unique spot is by applying what you're learning vigorously, applying it vigorously at a speed that is unprecedented. A speed at unprecedented, I mean, while others are meeting 10 people in a week, you're meeting 100 people in a week. That's speed. That's an unprecedented speed. While people are meeting, you're meeting 1,000. That's unprecedented speed. That is an unprecedented speed. See, your results will definitely be different. So when you have that kind of work ethic, the probability of you being able to decipher your unique style becomes high, and immediately you lay hold of your marketing style, the sky is your limit. You have intentionally left the 80% mediocres. You have moved. You have moved. You have moved. You have moved. Remember, I'm talking basically about offline marketing tonight. So you need to understand that. So one thing that always does the magic is about the first time you meet a prospect. And I've been able to elaborate a lot on it. I've been able to paint some scenarios around it. I've been able to do a mind vivid picture around it. So I hope you were taking enough note. I hope you were learning. I hope you were taking note of what I'm saying. Because most of these things I say, you might not have the opportunity again for you to. Many of you don't have the discipline or the culture of going back to resources to rewatch them and take notes. Many of you don't have it. As this session is ending tonight, that's the end of it. Today's date is 26th. As today is ending, that you can never come back to this video. But I believe that people who are watching me this night don't behave like that. These are people who are hungry for knowledge, who are hungry to become so good at something that's why they will always refer back to resource or to resources to refresh their mind, to recalibrate what they already know. And I believe that will help you, right? So that will bring us to the end of our training tonight. Try to make it as short as possible. I don't want to overload you guys with a lot of information that you guys will get confused. I think going forward, I'll be making it very brief so that you guys can go back to your bed and begin to regurgitate and meditate on what I just said, because that's where the magic happens. Until something begins to trouble your mind, then that thing didn't really strike you, right? Many of us have heard some things and we're like, wow, what I heard tonight was amazing. I think I need to find a way to get this to work for me, right? So until we've come to that point where things don't strike us, you have to go back to it and keep watching it until something makes sense to us. And at that point, our life begins to change for us, right? So thank everyone that came tonight to watch this session. I'm super, super grateful and thankful for having you tonight, for the numerous number of you that came tonight. And this is also to remind you that as the year is coming to a wrap, it's important you know that we have entered the real season of our business. So for some of you who are selling our products, double your effort, triple it, 10x it. 10x is speak voraciously to any human being you meet in the buses, the marketplace, the churches, any gathering you find yourself. Speak to as many people as possible, right? And for many of you who are on this live today, who are going to watch this video later, please, a number will be attached under this video in the comment section that you can always reach out to join our community to sell our product. It's important that you liaise and become a part of a thriving community in this our industry. You need to be with a community that cares for you, that cares about your personal growth. So this is the tip of the iceberg of what we enjoy here at the Win Group, or Win Realty as the case may be. It's the tip of the iceberg. We are suckers for knowledge. We don't try to do things from a place of assumption or from a place of hope. We do things from a place of knowing because we understand that it's only when you know you can be able to apply. So please, we encourage you to join our community, join our Win Associates um, program. That is where our real estate consultants, converge, connect and share, their experiences and of course their successes. So please, we encourage you to join us. And also not forgetting that tomorrow we are launching our Ember promo, so you should be excited. A lot of good things are going to happen for you and for your client. I'm super excited about that. So I mean, keep a tab on this page, and also make sure that you're part of our WhatsApp group so you don't miss out on any information. Once again, thank you for joining us today. And once again, sorry that we have to host this on a Tuesday instead of a Thursday. So sorry. But it's just to make sure that we came to you to this week and make sure that we don't push it further. So thank you for being a part of this Billions Corner Weekly today. And once again, my name is Mr. Eze Maximus, and I'm super glad that I had to share this time with you. And I pray that God will continue to crown your effort and continue to bless you and continue to open opportunities to you and continue to make your clients to buy, to come for inspections. For all of you who have clients this week, may they come for inspections in Jesus' name. God bless you and have a wonderful night rest ahead. Good night.